Hi everyone, welcome back to my garden. I'm actually in my front yard garden this morning and I have some garden maintenance to do. So far, I planted all of my daffodils, I cut back my society garlic, and I even laid down some mulch. But there's still things that I need to do today. If you notice, all these red berries, those fell off of my female Chinese pistache tree. So I definitely have to clean all those up. And I'm gonna harvest some kale and clean up all these beds. I have no idea what these little sprouts are. I'm thinking zinnias or sunflowers. I have no idea. But these are just a few things that I need to take care of today. I love my Chinese pistache tree. However, because it's a female, it drops all these pink berries. And there's more over here. The birds love them, but the birds can't eat them all, so they do fall from the tree, and this is like the most pink berries I've seen in my garden this year. Maybe because the tree's getting bigger, I don't know. And I can't give them to the chickens because they're toxic to animals. They're not toxic to birds, but I don't know if they're toxic to chickens, so I don't want to take a chance. I'm just gonna rake them up and throw them in the garbage. That's what I'm gonna do today. As I began raking up the berries, I gave it a little more thought and I decided instead of putting them in the trash can, I would just put them all over in this area underneath my flowering crabapple tree. I just couldn't part with all of the berries in case maybe some of the birds still wanted to eat them off the ground, or perhaps they'll decompose a little bit over the winter time. It's not like I'm growing anything over here beautiful anyway, so they're not really doing any harm. And like I said, maybe the birds can still enjoy them and they'll act as a little, maybe like a little mulch before all my daffodils over in this area sprout, because my daffodils do naturalize. Maybe the berries will just kind of act as a little blanket until it's time. Well, that made everything look just a little bit neater. So now all the berries are confined to one area. You know, I just hate throwing away organic matter. So what I'll do is I'll just leave it in this spot, let it decompose over winter, and let it just act as a nice soil barrier to keep the earthworms and microorganisms happy. And then come spring, I'll just rake up all the parts that didn't break down, but I think I'm gonna leave it there for now. Underneath the kumquat tree is all the leaves that were on my grass. They're all right there. So yeah, I just don't like throwing away organic matter. So I would love to know what you think. Do you think I should have just tossed it in the garbage right now? Or would you have saved the organic matter as well? If I had a big compost bin in my backyard, maybe I would put it in there, but I don't. I just compost in little buckets or in the ground. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm gonna take you over to my veggie boxes now and address the kale. I'm super excited about this area in my front yard. These boxes actually used to be in my backyard, but I was kind of running out of room, so I said, I'm gonna bring them in front. I think it will just add some more interest out here. Plus, this is one of the areas in my whole property that gets full sun. My backyard doesn't always get full sun. So I just figured in the summertime I could grow sunflowers and corn. So these are out here for now, and I really got to clean these up. But if you notice, I put chicken wire down to keep my cats from using this as a litter box. So I have to remove all these little sprouts. What do you think these are? The only thing I can think of is zinnias, but then I'm not sure, or maybe sunflowers. Like I said, I don't throw away organic matter, so there could be, oh, who knows what kind of seeds are in here. So I have to get these out. I think after the frost, whatever these are, they're gonna get killed anyway. But yeah, look at my beautiful kale. So the only reason why I grew this is because it grows well in the cooler season. Hi, Abby. And I wasn't ready to stop gardening just yet. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what can I grow in the fall and winter? And I discovered that I can grow kale and cauliflower. I know we're all in different garden zones, and you might already have snow by now. I'm in California, garden zone 9B. So yeah, I'm growing kale, and this is Blue Ridge kale. And kale is so wonderful for you. It contains so many vitamins. Now, when you harvest kale, you don't want to harvest these leaves from the center because those still have to grow. You want to take out the large outer leaves. And I'm going to leave a couple leaves here because these will still bring nutrients from the sun down to the plant. This is going to continue to grow. It's kind of like a cut and what is that called? Cut and come flower, where the more you cut it, the more it grows. So yeah, see, this is a nice outer leaf. Look at how beautiful that is. It's just, I only grew it because it's pretty. And I've always grown kale, but I've never consumed it. So I'm making changes this year in my garden. And if you notice that I'm rambling on a lot more, that might turn off some of my viewers. But I have a hard time sometimes talking, and sometimes making videos is hard for me. That's why I do a lot of voiceovers. But I'm gonna do things differently this year, even though this is the end of the year. I mean, this next garden season, I'm just gonna talk more, and I'm not gonna really worry about what people think, because I feel that no matter what you do in life, you're gonna get judged no matter what. You're gonna get judged for trying to do things, you're gonna get judged for not. So I'm rambling on. I'm going to give these outer leaves to my chickens. So these are for my chickens. And these I'm going to take in the house and make something really good with them. So yeah, that's how you harvest kale. You want to leave some leaves so they can get nutrients and continue to grow. And I'm still going to do this. But yeah, so I'm going to start making videos where I'm just talking and being myself and not worrying about if I'm saying too much or the right thing. I mean, I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not a professional. Sometimes I have to research things to bring value to my videos, but I don't always know everything, so I'm not going to pretend that I do, and I'm just going to talk as I go along and do things, even if I say words the wrong way, because I'm just human, and that's okay. Okay, I'm going to pull all these out now. Oh, I could feed these to my chickens too. So yeah, I'll feed these to my chickens. They'll love them. So my plan is to harvest as many kale leaves as I can. Then I'm going to take you inside to my kitchen and show you how to make kale chips. They are so delicious and easy to make. And because my chickens love them too, I'm going to save a few leaves for the girls. Oh, and it looks like Abby likes kale too. I can't believe she just stole that from me. Oh, yeah. So that's another reason to grow kale. It's good for animals. Now I'm going to remove all those little seedlings. I still don't know what they are, but I'm kind of leaning toward Mexican sunflowers. There's a good chance that I planted seeds in here and I just completely forgot because I'm 62 years old and I have such a bad memory. That's why I always say my garden is full of surprises, because I forget sometimes what I plant. I know I can't be the only one, but if you know what those little seedlings are, please let me know. Then that way my curiosity will be cured. Now I'm going to show you how to make homemade crispy kale chips. It's so easy and it won't take long at all. Whether you bought your kale from the grocery store or you grew your own, just make sure you wash the leaves first, then place them on a paper towel or a dish towel and pat them dry. Next, you're going to place the leaves on a clean cookie sheet. I happen to put foil on mine, but it's not necessary. You don't have to. Coat each leaf on both sides with your favorite oil. Olive oil, peanut oil, coconut oil, whatever you want. I'm just using vegetable oil because that's the oil I had on hand. You can either use a basting brush like I'm using now, or you can just put the leaves in a bowl and toss them in oil like you would a salad. Now the leaves might look and feel a little bit soggy after coating them in the oil. Don't worry, that's completely normal. I assure you, after baking them, they're going to come out of the oven so crispy. Speaking of the oven, let's go ahead and preheat that now to 350 degrees. Then sprinkle both sides of the leaves with your favorite seasoning salt. After the oven is heated up, place them in the middle rack and bake for 10 minutes. Now it's time to enjoy your crispy, delicious kale chips. They go great with a sandwich, or you can just eat them whole as a snack. My favorite way is to crunch them up and sprinkle them on my scrambled eggs.